I'm talking real estate and gratitude this week on The Brian Murray Show. So here we are, the week of Thanksgiving, either before or after by the time you see the show. And we all get wrapped up in everything that we have going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, which is a separate segment of the show. But when it comes to homes and what we do here as realtors, we see a lot of buyers and sellers get lost in the day-to-day. And this is the week to take a moment and be thankful for what we have. Me personally, I grew up in a house with one bathroom. It had one of those tubs with the shower ring around it, so it was like a makeshift shower. You know, you had to pull the curtain. And the water, if somebody ran the water in the kitchen, hopefully they ran the hot water in the kitchen and all you got was a cold shower. Versus if they ran the hot water in the kitchen and you got a quick scolding and you had nowhere to go. So now I own a home, I show homes that have multiple bathrooms. And people are like, oh, this bathroom is so small. And I keep thinking back to myself as to how tiny the bathroom was, that it was a toilet, a little sink, like a 124-inch sink, and a tub. And so I just want to say that I'm grateful that I've been fortunate enough now that I'm able to have two bathrooms. And I think that my hope for everyone this week is that they take stock of really what they've got. Everybody wants that extra bedroom. Everybody wants that bigger living room. Everybody wants that backyard or that parking space or that electric charging station. But to think about where we've come from and where we are and you know, maybe what we have isn't so bad. That's my hope for everyone, is that for this week we take a moment to say what we've got is really enough. Thanks and have a happy Thanksgiving. This is Brian Murray with your weekly market report for Hoboken and Jersey City real estate. It's Turkey Week, so let's get right into the numbers. In Hoboken, 137 condos available. That number is small and is going to shrink over the next 6 weeks as we are obviously in Thanksgiving week, and then we go through 4 weeks of other holidays coming up, and then finally New Year's. And a lot of folks don't like to show their homes between Thanksgiving and New Year's. They don't like people coming in. They don't like to have to get their home ready. They may be hosting other people. They might not even be home, or they might just be baking cookies. So expect those numbers for active listings, 137 in Hoboken, 157 in Jersey City, to shrink. In the last 30 days in Hoboken, there were 87 condos available. So again, under 2 months of inventory in Hoboken. That's the story. All the rest of the numbers I'm not even going to go into because you can see them on the screen, but they don't mean anything. The numbers that mean the most, there aren't a lot of homes for sale, and the ones that are for sale, buyers have been gobbling up. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. So that's why this number is going down. Some sellers are going to take their homes off the market. Other sellers are going to sell their homes. And that's it. In Jersey City, you're kind of seeing the same thing. 157 condos available, 58 under contract last 30 days. That's under 3 months of inventory. That's the market. Days on market, yeah, that gives you a little bit of a sense, but those are averages. Take about 10 days off if you wanted to see the real median number on each of those. So in Hoboken, they're selling in about 3 weeks, and in Jersey City, it's maybe about 5 weeks. So that's really the story here. I'm telling all of my sellers right now to actually get their homes on the market right now. If you're the only home on the market and there's a buyer that wants to buy, today would be the day to do that because you have less competition. Also, just recently, the government announced that Powell is likely to be their Fed chairman going forward. How did Wall Street react? The stock price of real estate companies took a hit because they expect the interest rates to rise over the next year. That's not me, that's Wall Street. A lot of smart people, a lot of people who bet a lot of money and a lot of future on the rise and fall of interest rates are all betting for them to rise. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm just going to give you the information so that you can be prepared that if you wait with limited supply in the market, that usually means upward pressure on prices. If you wait and the interest rates do rise as predicted, then you're paying more for a home and you're paying more monthly for a home. This is Brian Murray with the weekly market report for Hoboken and Jersey City. The good, the bad, the ugly. This week is Thanksgiving week, so we're going to go with the good, the better, and the best. In the good, is this is one time a year where it seems like a lot of people will take a little extra time to prepare a meal. Turkey usually with cranberry sauce and stuffing and mashed potatoes and some vegetables, and even some people have salad. Although I didn't even know that was a thing growing up until I was about 20 years old, and I went to somebody else's house for Thanksgiving and they served salad. I almost fell off my chair, but that's another story. So it's just the time that we don't have, that most of us don't give to meal preparation, that it's kind of a great thing to celebrate the meal itself. Not everything else, but just the meal and the preparation and the love that goes into it. The better, traffic. Traffic is better. The hassle at the airport, the traffic, you know why it's better? Because we're getting to do it this year. That there's traveling to spend time with family, with friends, with people we want to spend time with and we can spend time with. So when you're stuck on the Cross Bronx for 3 hours, or you're stuck at the airport and your flight gets delayed, or you're crammed in a middle seat, I hope you're watching this video and you remember that the reason we're doing it is because we can. And best at this time of the year for me is all the random acts of kindness that you do see out there. Maybe more so than any other time of the year, where people go and they get meals for people who can't afford meals, and they really put their time and their energy. And I know there's several realtors in town that I applaud, that each and every year they put together a lot of meals and all the different things that people do that are seen and unseen because they're grateful at this time of the year. So that's the good, the better, the best this year. I'm going to read you a quote from Anne Frank. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. And that's really what Thanksgiving is all about. I'm glad it's a great holiday. So thank you so much for watching The Brian Murray Show this week. As always, all episodes of The Brian Murray Show can be found on my website under the blog section, themurraypropertygroup.com/blog. Please, you can also find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Weekly market numbers every week. Share them with a friend. It's really important that real information and wisdom is out there for people to understand what's going on. Definitely Google my business. If I could get a review from you, I'd really, really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. And as always, if there's anything that you disagree with in the show, reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.